Joining us now is lifestyle expert Kasie Savage, who has been a TV host, a blogger, a spokesperson for more than 15 years, and describes herself as a domestic diva like Martha minus the jail time. Love this girl. Welcome to what she said, Kasie.
For now. Thank you very much
For now.
Yeah.
You just could never know what could happen by the end of the weekend. Right.
PMS can do a lot to a woman.
Okay, so you are here to tell us about what we need to splurge on, and it seems that we need a push because many people feel pretty guilty about spending money on themselves. You know, they don't feel guilty about spending it on their kids, but they feel guilty about spending it on themselves.
Exactly. So I did a social media survey asking women across Canada, what should you absolutely never scrimp on? And I was rolling around laughing at some of their suggestions, but I compiled a top 10 list. And certainly I feel passionate about these 10. And I think everyone out there, when it comes to women, should spend a little extra more on themselves when it comes to these items, starting with olive oil. It's a staple in the kitchen for sure, but olive oil is one of those things that you just push your cart through the grocery store. You see a bottle that says olive oil, you pick it up, you throw it in the cart without
see a bottle
second
on
thought.
sale.
On sale, yeah, because it can be expensive. And you think to yourself, $6.99 sounds a lot better than $30, so why would I pay $30? But the truth is there's actually a task force in the EU that is out there trying to stop fraudulent olive oil. Yes, you think of all the crimes in the world, top of mind is not olive oil fraud, but it actually happens. When you see less expensive olive oils, chances are they're actually a blend of different oils and not true extra virgin olive oil, which to anyone that produces olive oil, this is big business. So I want to give you an olive oil that is not so great, and I want to ask you to take a sip of it. Now, don't be afraid. It's very good for your health. In real, true, delicious olive oil, and you can pass it around.
I'm taking shots.
Shots of olive oil.
Shots.
Cheers. Okay. How much? Just a little, all of it?
All of it. All of it.
Oh my
all of
gosh.
it.
Okay.
Now, this is one that at first taste on your tongue, you're like, okay, I'll taste olivey. But when you're cooking, it will have an aftertaste to it that is really biting
bitter.
and sharp and bitter. And
Bitter.
that's because it's not true olive oil. I actually should probably hide the label on that. I'll just stick it down here. Put that on my lap. Okay. Now Kate's coughing up a storm.
Does
that
dear.
have a sip of my coffee?
Yes, that is not good.
Okay, does that not have a very sharp bite to it? Okay, so this in my hands is Acropolis Organics. It is literally from the oldest olive tree in Crete. So this is olive oil that has been produced in small batches, and they are dead serious about olive oil. So you pay a little more, but you're worth it because you're getting the health benefits of the olive oil. You're getting the taste when it comes to cooking as a finishing. So that has a light peppery finish. It doesn't lead to a coughing attack.
No, and it's smooth.
It's smooth, and at the end you'll notice a little bit of a peppery finish. So huge
Beautiful.
difference. Pride taken in the production of that. So that's
Okay,
really
that's why it's worth
You've
it.
sold us.
We're going to have to
olive
move
oil.
through.
Okay, linens. This is so important because when it comes to your bedding, you spend a third of your life in bed. So number 2 and 3 on the list are actually linens, bed linens, and beds themselves. So first with the linens. If you have toenails snagging on your sheets, that is a sign that A, you need to cut your toenails.
Yeah. Petty time.
Yeah. Or B, your sheets are just really bad quality, or if you hear them just tear completely. So I've got some 100% linen sheets here. When you're buying linen sheets or cotton sheets, you want to look for Egyptian cotton, for Pima, Supima, and I want you to feel the difference, and I'll pass it around, between a great quality sheet, which are the top
What
blue
about
ones.
thread count?
Okay, thread count is a bit of that can mislead you, because if you see sheets that are high thread count that are inexpensive, they're made with little tiny short fibers, which will eventually pill. What you need to look for is something that is a long thread count, and that's when you see the words Pima and Supima, for example. And that way you always feel like you're in that 5-star hotel experience in your bed, which is what we want every night, not, oh my gosh, these sheets feel terrible. I ironed those for you.
Oh,
by the way.
dear. Sheets
Iron
are
sheets?
something that I would never, ever cheap out on. I mean,
Exactly.
for me, the feel of them against my skin
And
is
beds.
Yes, and beds.
And beds.
I don't know how people buy beds online without ever having slept on them. I know when I went mattress shopping, the woman, it actually felt kind of creepy. She asked me to fake sleep, and she was staring at me lying there. And she said, you've got to lie there and you've got to get, a real feel for the bed, because that's something that also you can wake up with aches, and this is a major investment. So I would say, instead of cheaping out on a mattress, take a little more time and save up for something that is really, truly excellent quality, because that should last you 15, 20 plus years.
Sold. What
Sold.
else?
And speaking of sold, shoes.
Shoes. How tempting is it when you're going shopping online, maybe at those discount shoe retailers, and everything is $29.99, and you put them on and they've got about a 2-hour lifespan before you're cursing them and your feet are throbbing. And I talk about the fact that you sneak them off under the desk at work and check your pinky toe to make sure it's, still showing some color. Oh, it's white. It's gray. It's falling off. It's just so much better to go into. Listen, if you're over the age of 30, 35, like I am, like we all are here, you know that you've reached a stage in your life where you deserve to be comfortable all the time. So don't cheap out on shoes. Get fit properly. Invest in some quality footwear, and go to those stores that you may associate with an older demographic, but really, truly, there's some great fashionable styles there as well.
I don't think you'll get any argument from any listener out there. Women in shoes?
Yeah, exactly.
Even men in shoes, actually.
Yeah, you need to be comfortable. Car repairs. When you talk about automotive repairs, and this also follows with cosmetic surgery. Cosmetic surgery is something you should never cheap out on. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard Botox horror stories where someone's friend of an uncle in a basement will do it for $5, and next thing you know, you have this huge infection and one eyebrow's up and one eyebrow's down. So the car repairs as well, that's something you never want to mess around with, is the safety of a vehicle. Haircuts and color. I have never complimented a woman on her hair and she said, oh, I got this from one of those mega cuts places for $8.
The color. I got it out of a box.
Or the color. I mean, our hair as women is our crowning glory. You want to shell out a little extra more to get someone who's experienced and who has been trained properly. And I offer some tips as well on my blog, ways to stretch that out a little longer, like maybe T-zone or partial highlights instead of a full head every time will save you a ton.
That's what I've been doing. Partial one time, full head the next.
Yeah, and
I
you know
didn't
what?
even know you could do that. That's great.
They don't even tell you that.
No.
You have to eavesdrop on some smarty pants next to you who's saving a bundle on their highlights. Underwear.
Let's move on to Bridget Jones.
I wore cotton, comfortable underwear.
Granny
just for
panties?
you ladies today. I did.
Just for us.
I
Kasie,
did.
We're so happy.
You should feel very privileged, because I have learned the hard way that a polyester thong and regular gym visits do not make for a happy environment in your body.
They make for yeast infection is what they make. Yes.
Exactly. So when it comes shoes and underwear, you want to be comfortable, and bras. I think of all of those Oprah shows from the 90s where she focused on bra fittings, and still women walk around pinching, grabbing, pulling, tugging at their shirts. Go get properly fitted for a bra, even if it seems outlandish. I got fitted and I was a B my whole life, and then some lady fit me and said I was a 32 double D, and I just pictured Dolly Parton
I know,
or something.
That's happened to me. I always thought I was a 38C, but apparently I'm a 36D, which my husband says sounds more impressive.
Yeah, you maybe don't want to tell someone on a blind date that you're a 32 double D, and then you meet up with them and they're like, Oprah says. Sorry to disappoint. And then lastly, yourself. Don't scrimp on yourself. As women, as mothers, you always seem to put yourself last. So if an opportunity comes around, like a girls' trip, just say yes to it and figure out the details later, right? Mm-hmm. It will all work out, but never say no or pass up on fun or an opportunity or the potential to take up a hobby with a friend. There will never be the perfect time. You have to make that moment the perfect time and just go with it and treat yourself.
Now, Kasie, you have written a blog for our website, whatshesaidtalk.com, that breaks this all down, gives a little bit more detail.
I do. Yes. My blog is, my personal blog is almostmotheroftheyear.blogspot.com because nothing is ever quite 100%. But nobody's perfect. And I like to think of imperfectly perfect as being the best of all worlds because nobody is perfect. So yeah, I screw things up a lot. But
You're flawsome.
Flawsome. That is my
good?
new
It's a great word.
Flawsome is
Flawsome.
the best. I'm giving you all the credit for that, even if you got it from someone else.
You know me too well. Kasie Savage, thank you very much for coming in. It's been
so
great.
much. Thank you.
And when we come back on What She Said, Kathy Buckworth is going to explore Mexico.